I am Dr. Amina Okonkwo, a 42-year-old climate scientist from Lagos, Nigeria. I write to you today with the utmost urgency regarding the climate crisis that threatens our very existence. We cannot afford to wait any longer. The time for action is now. Just last year, my own city experienced unprecedented flooding that displaced thousands and destroyed countless homes. This is not a future problem. It's happening right now, in our backyards. We need an immediate and drastic overhaul of our global energy systems. Every day we delay, we edge closer to irreversible damage. In the Sahel region of Africa, we're witnessing rapid desertification, threatening food security for millions. These are not abstract concepts. These are real people suffering real consequences. I demand that you push for an immediate global transition to 100% renewable energy within the next decade. Substantial investment in climate change adaptation, measures for vulnerable communities. A complete ban on new fossil fuel projects worldwide. The science is clear, and the evidence is all around us. We're facing a catastrophe of unprecedented scale if we don't act now. How will you explain to future generations that we had the chance to save the world but chose inaction? Time is running out. The world is watching. Act now, before it's too late.
I am Dr. Robert Chen, a 55-year-old geologist from Vancouver, Canada. I write to you today to urge caution and careful consideration regarding the current climate change narrative. While I acknowledge that our climate is changing, I believe we must approach this issue with a measured, evidence-based perspective. Throughout Earth's history, our planet has undergone numerous natural climate shifts. For instance, during the medieval warm period, 950 to 1250 AD, temperatures were comparable to today's, long before the Industrial Revolution. I propose that we invest in more comprehensive, long-term climate studies before making drastic policy changes. Carefully weigh the economic impacts of proposed climate solutions against their potential benefits. Consider natural climate variability in our models and predictions. We must not rush into expensive and potentially unnecessary solutions based on incomplete data. Our resources could be better spent addressing immediate environmental concerns, such as pollution and deforestation. I urge you to approach this issue with skepticism, critical thinking, and a commitment to thorough scientific inquiry.
I am Aisha Patel, a 32-year-old software engineer and green tech entrepreneur from Bengaluru, India. I'm writing to share my optimistic vision for addressing climate change through technological innovation. While climate change is a serious issue, I firmly believe in humanity's capacity to innovate our way out of this challenge. Just look at the rapid advancements we've made in renewable energy. In my home state of Karnataka, we've increased our solar power capacity by 80% in just the last 3 years. This progress shows we can tackle climate change without disrupting our lives dramatically. My own startup has developed an app that helps people reduce their carbon footprint by optimizing their daily routines. It's already being used by over 100,000 people in India, proving that small tech solutions can have a big impact. I propose that the UN increase funding for green technology research and development, create a global platform for sharing and scaling successful climate tech solutions, encourage tech education to inspire the next generation of climate innovators. We don't need to choose between progress and sustainability. With the right innovations, we can have both. Let's harness human creativity and scientific advancement to create a greener future.
I am Michael Tanaka, a 47-year-old economist from Tokyo, Japan. I'm writing to stress the importance of balancing our climate change response with economic realities. While climate change is a serious concern, we must approach solutions pragmatically. In my country, we've seen how rushed environmental policies can have unintended consequences. For instance, when we rapidly shifted away from nuclear power after the Fukushima disaster, it led to increased reliance on fossil fuels and higher energy costs for consumers. Conduct thorough economic impact assessments before implementing climate policies. Invest in green job training programs to support workers transitioning from fossil fuel industries, encourage public-private partnerships to develop cost-effective climate solutions. We must find a middle ground that protects both our planet and our economies. Drastic measures could lead to job losses and economic instability, potentially undermining public support for climate action. Let's work towards sustainable solutions that benefit both the environment and global economies.
My name is Thais Buenoa, and I'm 13 years old. I live on Tarawa, the main island of Kiribati. I'm writing to you because climate change isn't just a topic in our science books. It's our everyday life, and it's scary. Last year, a big storm flooded our school. The water came up so high that it ruined our books and computers. We couldn't go to school for weeks. My dad says the storms are getting worse because of climate change. The sea is eating away at our beaches. There's a place where we used to play soccer, but now it's underwater at high tide. Our elders tell stories about how the island used to be bigger. We're trying to help. My class started a project to plant mangroves to protect our coastline. But it feels like we're fighting a losing battle against the rising sea. I'm asking you to help us build seawalls to protect our homes and schools. Support our efforts to grow more food, because the salty water is making it hard to farm. Most importantly, please do everything you can to stop the sea from rising more. This is our home. We don't want to leave. Please help us save Kiribati.